And what would you want to see in the, what would you want to go back to?
I want to go back to like all the times that I took tests.
You've been fixing answers.
There you go.
I like your thinking,
Straight A's.
What do you want to go back to? You want to walk with Jesus when he walked here on earth?
That'd be
Yes.
cool. How cool would that be?
Some of the adults were in. Cora, what do you want to go forward or backward? Forward. What do you want to go forward to? What do you want to see? What'd she say? What did she say? Why does she want to go backwards, Cora?
Because she wants to see her old house.
Oh, okay. That's nice. You know, some of the adults were in here looking our time machine over, and they were talking about it. I was asking them, if you could go, would you go forward or backward? If you could go backward to fix a wrong, maybe save somebody from getting hurt or something, that'd be cool. Tiffany, what would you do? Forward or backward?
Probably go forward.
And see what?
See what I'm doing in my life.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. Eva, what about you?
Probably go backwards.
And where would you want to go back to?
To see the people that I lost.
What?
To see the people I lost.
To see the people you lost. I'm kind of with Eva. I told Rodney, a lot of you know Rodney, he was in here earlier, he was helping Tim cut some rules in this. And I told him, my mom and dad both died, and they're in heaven now, so I know I'll see them again. But my dad loved butter brickle ice cream. That was his favorite kind of ice cream. And my dad could fix it when you're little, like you all. He could fix any problem in the world, Miss Bonita, with butter brickle ice cream. Of course, I've got something else that I don't like butter brickle. But we'd sit and talk over butter brickle ice cream and just talk about the day and what could make it better and all. And I would love to go back and have just one more scoop of butter brickle ice cream with my dad.
What is butter brickle?
It's
It's
kind of like a butter pecan now.
pecan, but it's got the pecans are like candied
Yeah,
or
like candy.
Like Heath bars?
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
Something like that. And then also my mom has passed away. My mom and I used to love to go shopping. And it wasn't even about shopping. It was about hanging out. And we could spend all day just laughing and talking and never run out of things to say. So that's what although I have to admit it'd be really cool to be alive when Jesus was alive.
Mm-hmm.
How cool would it be to actually sit and have a conversation with Jesus? But you know what? We get to heaven, we're going to get to do that, aren't we, Miss Bonita? We're going to get to have, Miss Bonita, I didn't hear you say you go forward or backward.
I can't decide.
Oh, you've done since yesterday.
I can't decide because I'd like to go backwards to fix some past mistakes.
Yes, me too.
But I would like to go forward to see what's going on.
Yeah.
So
Hannah?
Backwards because we used to have crazy kids from our neighbors and our code.
Okay. But yeah, I kind of agree with Miss Bonita. I'd like to go back and fix some past mistakes. How many of you could if you could go back and stop something bad from happening?
Oh, what I want to do is go forward so I can go in heaven.
Yeah. And I go forward all the way up right to the moment when Jesus is going to come back. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? We're on heaven on 1 minute, we're on earth 1 minute, heaven the next. That would be so cool. I would like that. Mercy, do you think you'd rather go forward or backward? You can talk to me? No? Okay. It's okay. But how many of you know that there was a version of time travel in the Bible?
I don't know.
There was a... Cameron, what do you think I'm talking about? You're saying yes. What do you think I'm talking about?
And I go.
In Joshua chapter 10, verses 1 through 15, we have a time when God actually made the world stand still. How many think that'd be cool? How many think there was a reason God did that? So they decided, so the Gibeonites made a peace treaty. How many of you know what a peace treaty is? Tell me what's a peace treaty.
That you don't fight anymore.
That you don't fight anymore, right. Well, how many of you have studied World War II in school? Or have any of you studied World War II? Okay, when America defeated Japan, one of the agreements in our peace treaty was that Japan could not have a military, couldn't have a navy or anything for years. Years, I think it's decades actually.
No Air Force, no.
But in exchange, America had to agree if Japan was attacked that we would come to their aid. If Japan was attacked by another country. That's the same type of peace treaty that the Gibeonites had made. They became basically the Israelite servants. They were there to serve the Israelites. They farmed the land, they grew the crops, and the Israelites got the reward. Hey, works for me, you know. But in saying that, the Israelites had to come to their defense and protect them. So when these think about this, kids, the U.S. Army is over 1 million, just the Army is over 1 million men, over 1 million. Think about 5 armies marching toward one city. It'd be a little bit scary, wouldn't it? They brought the entire army, they held nothing back, because they were going to defeat Gibeon and try to take it back. And the Gibeonites went to the Israelites, which were the promised people, that was Joshua's people, and said, hey, don't forget us, you promised you'd protect us. So these men marched all night to get there, and then had to fight in battle. They needed strength from God, didn't they? And they needed God's help. And you know, like, it's cool. God said, God told Joshua before the battle even started, before they ever got started, he said, don't be afraid. You got this. I'm with you. We're gonna whoop these people. We're gonna kick them back to where they belong. We got this. We're in charge. We're in control. Don't worry about it. And Joshua, how many of you know the generals don't actually fight in a battle? They just guide it from somewhere. So Joshua was probably off, standing on a hill somewhere where he could see the battle. And his men went into battle. And they were just whooping these kings and their armies. They were just beating up on them. And the armies began to flee. And the Israelites ran after them. Okay? And God, this is what I think is cool is, you got one army fleeing and one army right behind it. The hailstones hit the army of these 5 kings who were bad and never touched an Israelite.
Yep.
That's God. That's God, isn't it, kids? When God could do that, and the Bible told us when the scriptures Pastor Tim read, more men were killed by the hail that God sent down that were killed in that battle that lasted 24 hours. That's amazing to think about, isn't it? That's amazing to think about. Remember, we've talked about all the things that the armies would have had. They would have had their spears. They would have had their knives, their swords. They would have had their slingshots. They would have had their people, remember we called them slingers? The people who had the slingshots and were so accurate with those would have had all of that. They held nothing back. But the coolest thing is, how many of you know they can't fight at night? It's really, militaries do it now because they have all this stuff they can use. But then, so Joshua knew the battle needed to go on, but he knew it needed to end too. And they needed daylight, because in the dark,
You can't see him.
you can't tell who's who. If I'm fighting with Tommy and it's dark, I might be fighting against him and not realize it.
Yeah.
This is all hand-to-hand combat, pretty much all hand-to-hand combat. And I would not want to hit Tommy because he's my friend and he's on my side. But they would, so they didn't. So Joshua asked God to stop the sun and let the battle finish. How many of you think that's a cool thing to ask? I would not have thought of that on my own. I would not have thought of that. I thought, okay, we're going to regroup and then we're going to attack them again in the morning. But that's not what Joshua wanted it to end. He wanted it to be over.
They might have gotten away.
Huh?
They might have gotten away during the night.
Yeah, they could have gotten away during the night. But so for 24 hours, they fought over 24 hours actually, because they had already started the battle. And Joshua told the son, but think about this, kids. Joshua had no more authority than you and I. He probably had more faith than you and I. But he told the sun to stop and he told the moon to be still. Stay over there, sun, you stay up here, moon. So if the moon didn't rise, the sun didn't set. Kids, Joshua doesn't have any more authority than you and I. Now, I'm not saying God's going to stop the sun for something that we want. I'm not saying that, but that was what needed to happen for Joshua, so God granted it. But kids today, you know, a lot of us say, I don't have enough time to get everything done. I don't have enough time, you know, and I know this has been an awful 2 months. You guys haven't been to school, you haven't had homework like you did before. I know it's terrible. I know it's terrible, you guys have, you know, I know that's awful. But you know, normally during this time of year, you have school, and you have homework, and you have maybe baseball or soccer or softball.
But you also get to see your friends and stuff every day.
You know, and you have more homework, and you have church, and you have more homework, and you have things you know. And how many of you just think there's not enough hours in the day? There's not enough hours to get done everything I need to get done. I know I feel that way a lot. We're really busy at work. We've been busy at work for weeks. It's not slowing down. It's just, and every morning I have to stop. And I'll tell Tim, I don't even know where to start. I don't even know when I go in the office, I don't even know what direction to start. And I'll just say, God, calm me down, straighten me out, give me a pattern, give me a plan of how I'm going to attack this work and get it all done today. Give me focus and give me energy. And how many of you know He does? If I let Him, if I try to keep holding on to that frustration and that anger, it can really ruin my day, can't it? Yeah. You know, but kids, the same thing is true for you. God will give you the time, or maybe He just tells you, hey, you'll be there tomorrow. You know, there's a lot of times I typically go home between 4:30 and 5, somewhere in that range. And you know what, it's going to be here tomorrow. This problem, and maybe I'll feel more like attacking it. This fire that I need to put out, it's not going to burn the house down before tomorrow. It's okay. It's all good. God is good. It's all right. But you know, kids, God will do that for you too. He will slow you down. He will give you focus. He will give you energy to get everything done. It's okay. God can help you do it if you let Him. If you give it to Him. You know, but yeah, how many of you know, and that's something, kids, you know, how many of you, be honest, read your Bible and pray every day? How many of you, be honest, you read your Bible and you pray every day? I do 5 or 6 days a week. Sometimes Saturday is a little iffy. But you know what I have found is funny? If I will get up and the very first thing I do, after I feed the cat, because our cat is always starved at 5 o'clock in the morning. After I feed the cat, the very first thing I do is read my Bible and pray. And that brings my whole day into focus. And you know what, because kids, I try to do it late at night. I try to do it before I go to bed. But you know what, there was always something coming up. Or I was too tired, or you know, whatever. So I decided to do that the very, very, very first thing in the day is read my Bible and pray. Is to read my Bible and pray. And that truly gives you focus, and it gives you direction. It kind of brings things into